Hello everybody and welcome back to Somerset Farms. Today we've got some herbicide, got some weeds to kill, and we got a few fields, 2 cornfields and a grass field that needs another stage of fertilizers. So let's go and have a look. Now in the previous episode I said about these fertilizers or these spreaders, that there was a thing we could do with spot spraying for herbicide. Now looking more into it, yes, there's a lot of equipment out there that does it, but apparently that only works with precision farming. Well, we haven't got that enabled on this game save, so that's why I can't find it. They are here, it's just precision farming is needed. So yeah, well, we'll just go on with our normal one that we've got. This has got a wide span anyway. I've got 1 container of herbicide. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I really have no idea how much this is going to get through. So let's head to the field. Let's kill some weeds. I think if we start over here, now crop destruction is turned off on this game save. It's a good job as well, because I think I would have destroyed most of these. I think we need thin tires to be able to get away with doing this when the crops are starting to grow. So let's open this thing up. Let's see. It's quite a wide span from what I remember, so I think I might need to move over a bit. Now the weeds are going to be a little bit tricky to see, but I'm hoping because we've got such a span on this thing that we should be able to just run around. But I'm not sure how far this is going to go, so let's just see. Oh, it's looking good. So we can kill the weeds in this field, and then the 2 cornfields in the grass field. Just need to give it another going over with some fertilizer. Now the grass is starting to grow, which is good. Now, granted, I have seen comments about grass doesn't grow in the winter. Now, I'm aware that in real life, but I wasn't sure like how much detail the game actually sort of went with that. I assumed that, because it says on the calendar we can harvest all year round, that I might have got another go at, cutting the grass. But we got all the way through till March, and we're just in April now, and it sort of just started to grow again. Big thank you to Anthony for the comment about that. I just didn't realise how realistic the game is with crops that grow and grass that grows. Going well, actually. It's not going down as far as I thought. I thought it was going to just absolutely drink it, but no, it's going right. So I'm going to crack on. We're going to get this done. We'll come back and we'll do some fertilizing. All looking a lot better now. No green. All weeds have gone. Now, I'll be honest. I really thought this was going to absolutely drink through the herbicide, which is why I was on about getting one of them. I think they're actually called spot and spray. Now, it's a lot of money to have that feature on the fertilizer. Or on the spreader. And I really thought that was because that saved a lot, because the normal ones like this just absolutely went through it. Well, we've still got 1,718 litres left. I don't think it's worth bothering about at all, really. We don't need to worry about that at all. If that's as little as it takes, well, we'll just stick with normal. Why not? We got this with the farm. Just jump out now and shut the gates. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry at all about that. So we're just going to leave herbicide in here. Don't need to worry about, using this for anything else. I mean, we can use it for fertilizer, and we can obviously take out the herbicide again. But I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to just have a quick check and see, because we've got that fertilizer spreader just in there, and this one. I don't think there's any difference in actual size. So looking on the shop then, this one we've got on now what does herbicide, does 24 meters. That thing 42. So yeah, I don't think we need to worry at all about using this. We just use this for the herbicide. Just keep it in here, save moving it out, and we'll just use that one for fertilizer. Now let's just go put the front down here. If we're that's the back. Swap it over to the front, drop it down so we don't drop it from a height, and we'll just leave it there. Oh, this is quite heavy on the back now. We've got no weight on the front. Speaking of weight on the front, it's just over here. So let me go pick that up now before we go and look at the sky. There we go. And we'll just go and park this in here. Back in here. We'll pick up the other fertilizer. We'll go tackle the fields. Now we only have 11% in here. I've just gone and done this sort of little cow pasture area there. I think this is going to go far enough, actually. We might even get all of the fields done with this. That car's still parked in that lay-by, So I wonder if it's broke down. It's been there for, well, ever since we started. All our fields are looking pretty good. I still keep wondering if I should have kept hold of this little field here just to the right. It's so small, there's not really much you can do with it. But I don't know what we could have used it for. Like, whatever you put in it, you're not going to get much off it. I just think we need to stick with something a little bit bigger. Now, I was looking at these across the road, but also that one just over there in the distance. That looks a good one. That's got soybeans in at the minute. Soybeans are quite good for money. But at the minute, we haven't got any money. Well, we've got a little bit, but not enough to buy any fields apart from, well, this one here for 24 grand right in front of us. I just don't think it's worth it. I think we'll stick what we've got. I really want to get animals. I really want to try and get them as soon as I can. Now, cows do just... I was going to say just run. Cows... Oh, there's a little bit here. Oh, we can't get that bit. Cows do work just on hay. So we could just make some hay bales. We can do sheep on hay bales and cows as well. Now, it's not the best, I think, if I'm right. From other Let's Plays, it's only 80% for cows. TMR is where it is. Now, we could potentially start making bales up to then get a mixer and then eventually move on to TMR. But we just need to wait for a couple of our fields there to be able to harvest for some straw. Let's just go ahead and put a bit of this on our new cornfield. This, I'm hoping, with this and the little one, the free field, I'm hoping that's going to be able to keep the cereal factory going enough. Now, are we going to put corn back in this field? I'm not sure. It really does depend on how much we get. Because this little field here sort of threw me a little bit. When I put corn in it last time, I was really expecting that we actually got more. I don't know where I got 20,000 bigger from in my head. But I really was expecting more than about 6,500 that we did actually get. So I'm hoping with this one as well, we should have enough. I'm not expecting the cereal factory to get through the corn that quickly. So maybe we could turn this around and put something else in here. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go get the cornfield done. Then, that's everything we can do today. We can actually go to bed and wake up the next day. So this field's going to have to be left until next month because it won't accept any more on here. So obviously because we've only just sort of done this one, it needs a little bit of time to germinate. But I've had a bit of an idea. Going back to this field here. Now, call me crazy. I do have some crazy ideas. You've probably seen this, so if you've watched a lot of my Let's Plays. This field I did own, and I got rid of. But I'm tempted to get it again. I think, get this, 2 coops on here. Chickens. Eggs. Money. Make some use of this field. What do you think? Now, I'm asking you what you think in here. You can't obviously hear what I'm saying yet until you see this video go out. But by that point, this field... already been bought. Call me mad. But I just think that's going to be the perfect thing to do with this field. 2 coops on here. Now, I'll show you the coops I was thinking. These are what I'm thinking of. Now, you might have seen these. I've got one of these on my Edgewater series if you've been watching that one. 500 chickens in here. Looks nice. Very little effort needed for this. Just food. There's no water. It's strangely, magically already plumbed in. But 2 of these. 500 each. I was right. So 2 of them would make 1,000. There's room on here to put more. But I think 1,000 chicken, that's enough, innit? I don't think we need more than that. This is perfect. So I think I need to prep this field. Now, I'm not sure if I need to actually plow the cotton up or will if I just sort of landscape over it. Is that going to be enough? Will that get rid of it? Again, I'm asking you. By that point, it's too late. Doing a little test subject just there does show that the cotton has suddenly disappeared now. So it would make sense, but I just wasn't sure if that was right. So if we go and just sort of paint over this. And like I said, yes, I know it seems a bit of a waste of cotton that's already been planted in here, but cotton's such a strange thing to do. And you just need a lot of it to actually make a bale. So, yeah, I think really this is probably going to be the best way. Just see if we can get into all them corners there, and then we'll just come across here. Now, do we leave it at grass? I might leave it at... Do we leave it just like grass like this? Because it's going to put its own sort of texture down for the coops. I don't think I need to worry too much. I mean, we can deck it out a little bit. Make it look a bit nicer. Maybe put some flowers and stuff around it. But I think for now, if we go for that... That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Got rid of the cotton field now. So now we can go on and actually go on to animals, go on to chickens, and actually go on to this. Now, it wants to slightly terraform the ground by literally like 20 quid. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Do we need to get it level? If we grid snap it, it should be pretty much level with the back. Now, do we go along here, or do we go this way and put 2 in up this end here, leaving a bit more room at the front? We're going to be able to fit 2 in there, no problem at all. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think that might be the better way. So if we put them in here, £16 that's going to cost to terraform that. I don't think that's too bad at all. It's going to slightly, obviously, just level the ground a little bit. So we'll put 1 there. We've literally got 12 grand left, and this is 10 grand to put another one of these in. Ooh. Now, we're not going to put chickens in just yet, because we're going to need to wait until we've got some food for them. So I'm thinking if we go down here, see if we can try and get this level. I'm guessing about there, and we'll just come down this way a little bit. And we'll put that in about there. Okay. We've got 2 grand left now. I'm broke. But this looks pretty good. 1,000 chickens. Join the farm. So now with all the other pastures and coops and everything else we've got, pigsties, we've got every animal we can have on this game. Now chickens, welcome to the family. While the weather has taken a bit of a turn and a bit of time has actually passed since I last spoke to you, let's just say I've been a little bit busy, hence the weather's suddenly gone rubbish. So before I show you what I've been getting up to, I think it's time just to go to bed. We might as well get into tomorrow, better weather, and finish off fertilizing that cornfield. Then we can have a look what I've done. So good morning, welcome to the next month and next day in game. Now I've gone and sorted out the little cornfield. That's been done. 2-stage fertilizer. As you can see, this field though, or other cornfield, that's been attacked by weeds. So I'm going to set a worker on to sort this out for me. We quickly jump on, I'm going to get wiped out by me, and boom there. So I'm going to set a worker to sort out the herbicide on there and tackle them for me, hopefully. And then I need to go show you what I was up to last night, just before I went to bed. So I might have got a bit carried away. Is this overkill? Yes. Does it look good? I think so. This is the new chicken coop. I've made some use out of that field that I said I just couldn't see what the point of it was. You don't get enough off it. So we put the chicken coops in, as you saw. Then I kind of did a bit of decorating and yeah, might have just taken it a little bit too far. I think this looks good. I mean, look, okay, there was no need for this. But I had to just sort of, I put the fence in because I thought it would just look really open. So we sort of sectioned it off a little bit. I sectioned this little bit off here. And I put in a little gazebo in case you want to bring some mates over for a few beers. You know, got the older, really rusty kind of grill out here. Because, look, we're not far away. The chickens are there. They're only a few, they're only a few feet away from the grill. Anybody for a chicken burger? Some chicken wings? So I just thought this, I don't know. There was no need to do this. No. I just think it looks cool. Anybody want a beef burger? Our one's just... So, I did put the fence in, although these gates do blend in quite well. So we've got a couple of little gates here. Yeah. Did I need a water fountain? No, of course not. Does it actually make a water sound? Yeah, it does. It actually has flowing water. So I just wanted to not go, well, I say not go too overkill. But I don't think it's too bad. Nice little area. It makes it look good. This was the most expensive thing, putting this shed in. I did have to take some pennies from the bank to be able to put this in. About 40 odd grand this thing is. But I just wanted somewhere to put this. This little trailer was just sitting outside. This so we can collect the eggs and stuff on there. And then this little tipper. 8,000 litre tipper. Now it will go to an unrealistic 82,000 litres because it was made by 82 Studio. So you see where you got the figure from? I don't think we need to go that drastic. 8,000 litres. As we know from Edgewater, these take now 10,000 litres. It's the same mod, just moved over to this map. So 10,000 litres in each one. That will be perfect, that will. And obviously, I need something small because, well, the gates are tiny. I've got 2 gates here. I don't know if I needed 2. Looks good, I think. So, yeah, normal tractor and trailer could be a bit snug to try and get in here. But I just think this looks pretty good. Nice little area. It's made some use out of this area. Let me know what you think. Good idea, waste of money. What do you think? I mean, I'm ready for all the abuse here because it is, yeah, waste of money. I didn't need to do this. But I think it looks pretty good. So we are 1 month away from being able to get some barley for chicken feed. Obviously, we can do wheat as well, so we're not far away from wheat. At the minute, there isn't really much we can do now apart from there is grass. Now, I know we've seen grass before, but I think we need to stack up on some hay bales because I think we could get some cows and maybe some sheep. But obviously, cows and sheep, or sheep take hay. Cows will take hay, but obviously TMR is better. So I think we need to really start stocking up on the bales. Worker's done a good job on here, actually. Looking on the map, look at this. Not missed a single bit, which is, for a worker, that's quite amazing, actually. So I think it's time to get out the lawnmower, get out the tedder, get some hay, make some hay bales, and start stacking them up. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to get the grass done. We've seen grass cutting not so long ago, so I'm not going to make you sit through and watch this again. So I'll get this done, we'll come back and we'll have a look at what the tedding looks like. Then I'm hoping we can get some nice amount of bales out of this. What about, did we get 7 before, I think? 7? I think it was 7 before. So hopefully we should get the same again. Although, are they going to be different? Because they were grass bales for silage. Are hay bales going to be any different? Are they different size or not? I'm not sure. So we'll go through, we'll get this done. We'll ted it up. We'll make it into hay bales. And then I think we'll have a look and see. Maybe we could get some animals. I mean, the bank balance is not looking good for animals. But we'll take a look and see what we can do. All the grass is cut then, it's now time to ted. Now, I do think this map in this series is definitely going to be quite animal heavy. We are looking at getting cows. I was thinking horses, but I'm not sure. Still don't fully know what we've got to do with horses in this game. Never done them. Chickens we've got, obviously sheep, pigs. We're going to go for the lot, I think. So that does mean that we're going to need a lot of grass fields, because for the cows anyway, we're going to need silage. Got to make sure we've got some straw, so we're going to need a lot of crop fields. Same with the chicken, the feed. Yeah, we're going to need, I think, maybe a bit more than this as a grass field, don't you? Let's just give this a bit of a ted while we're talking. I do think we're going to need to try and find one what maybe something just a little bit bigger. Only because, well, it'd be nice. I mean, you can always change your mind. You know, once you've got a field, fields don't depreciate, so you're not going to lose any money out on a field. But I just think if we can get a bigger field, get some more grass, then we've got potential to use this one for like hay, another one for maybe some silage, because obviously as we go on through the series, the animals are going to breed, we're going to get more animals, they're going to want more food, there's going to be more of demand on the field and on the farm. So I think we need to just try and start thinking ahead. What if that means that I'm going to need to maybe borrow some pennies from the bank to be able to go and get some big fields so we can start stocking up? Otherwise, if we're not careful, if we don't start getting some fields and getting some money and getting some stuff going, we are going to be here till like episode 40. So I do always try and aim for somewhere between 20 to 30, and I try and aim for as much money. I always try and aim for, if I can, 5 million profit around about episode 20 to 30. We want to try and achieve as much as we can. All the animals on the farm, as many fields as we can on the farm. Just try and achieve as much as we can in that time. And the only way to do that is to borrow some pennies off the bank. But obviously we've got to remember, we've got to pay them back as well. So if we do borrow some pennies, we've got to pay that back and try and get as close as we can to 5 million profit by the time we wrap up this series. Always a bit of a tall order, but it's a challenge. I'm willing to give it a go. So I'm going to finish off. We're going to get this done. And we're going to come back, windrow it. We're going to bale it. We're going to see how many hay bales we do get off this. I'm hoping a nice amount. The windrow is in. Let's go around and now make some nice swaths for the baler. And pray that we get a lot of hay bales out of this. I'm hoping so. So once this is done, we'll be able to stack all these up and save them for a rainy day. We might be able to actually have a look and see if we can get some calves, little baby cows in. And we are definitely on this one. I know normally we start and we sort of go for the older ones. But no, on this one, because the money's going to be tight, we are definitely going to start and go for little baby ones. The little lambs. Can we go for baby chickens? You know what? I've never really looked because chickens are not that expensive. Yeah, we're definitely going to start with the cheapest that we can. Let them go, let them grow. It's going to give us a bit of time as well. We're not going to go straight in and then suddenly find that they're breeding and time's flying by and more then starting to, you know, stock up in the coops and pastures. So start young. Gives us plenty of time to try and gather some food up for them. Now the chickens, we are going to have to wait until next month. Oh, I was a bit close to the tree. Because we're not going to be able to do anything. The barley is the only thing we can do in next month. So we'll be able to get some barley for them. But we're just going to need to wait. It's pointless getting them now because, well, I don't think anything would happen. But really, it's not good, is it? Making them wait a whole month without any food. Not good. So let me go get this done. We'll get the baler. We'll see how many bales we get. And then we'll start stacking them up. Let's get the baler unfolded. Now, we've got 81% of grass in here from the last time we used this. So I'm not sure if the first one's going to come out as... I don't think it's going to convert. I think there's too much grass in. So we'll see. But I think... Oh no, looking at the little symbol, it has actually converted immediately. But it still might come out as grass. We will find out. And if it is, there's a good chance it's probably going to wrap it. These balers don't give you the option to either just give you grass bales. They just seem to wrap it. Let's see what happens when it comes out. Oh, okay. It has give us an actual hay bale. I really thought that was going to be grass and there was a potential chance it was going to wrap it. Yeah, it would be nice if you could select whether if you want it to be wrapped or not. Because what happens if you want grass bales on a baler like this? Have I got to get a separate baler? Because this is just naturally going to think, oh, grass bale, you want silage? No, not necessarily. I might want grass. I suppose you wouldn't. I don't know. Would you want grass as well? All the animals take hay. Sheep can take grass as well, but I think majority take... Oh, that's the wrong view, isn't it? Let's spin around. Yeah, maybe that's why it just defaults like that. Are we getting everything? I'm always a bit worried about inside view of missing things. But then this baler is a little bit bigger than the rest of them, so it should pick up. We'll go right to the edge. I went pretty much under the hedge there. I'm going to go through. I'm going to get this done because I've been thinking of something else for these bales. It's a bit more money. I don't know if I should or not. All baled up then, but not a massive amount. We've got 6 there. Now, they are quite hefty bales. So we're going to have a quick run across to this one just to see what's in it. 9,000 litres. Now, I'm just going to check because that was the first one we did. I wonder if that's sort of bigger than the rest because it was part grass. Oh, no, that says 9,000. So they're 9,000 litre bales. So even though we've only got 6, it's still quite a lot of hay actually in each one if you think about it. So I think if we do get a bigger field at that kind of size, then I do think that's gonna do us well there. So let's go back then. Let's take this. The gate's this way. Let's take this back. And then I'll tell you what my plan is. All the bales are collected and we're just going to drop them there for now on the trailer. Now, it's this little area here. So I do think now, as we've gone on a little bit, that's kind of a bit of a wasted sort of space there. So I'm thinking of moving that because, well, the bees are nearly all gone anyway. So if ever you use this production, would it be not the in-game one? It looks like it's the same in-game style, but this is the actual honey production. You have to actually buy the bees. So where the in-game ones, the bees are just magically there all the time. This one, as the honey's produced, the bees die off. So you have to actually go buy the bees. Now you can do it straight from the menu. You can simply go and click buy, or you can go to the store and actually buy a box of bees and come and put them in. So because we're only down to literally like 22 left, they're pretty much gone. I'm going to get the honey out of there and sell it. We don't need to take it over to the cereals because there's enough in there. And so the honey uses very little amount over the cereals. Now, it would be nice if I could have got rid of this shed. Now, I said about I was going to use this shed to stack up my bales. But I have found something new. Now, I do like an auto-loading bale storage. Now, I know auto-loading is not really realistic. But then it keeps them nice and neat. And then it spawns them out the front. And you just come along with your front load or telehandler or whatever and pick them up and go and deliver them to your animals. So that side of it's still real. It's just the storing. Instead of trying to stack them all up and then obviously trying to stack them up, you can only get so many high and then they fall over and you've got to start again. I just want to stick with some auto load. Now, like I said, it would be nice if I could get rid of this shed, but unfortunately on this map, this shed's not sellable. I can't get rid of it. So I'm going to use this for equipment and obviously get rid of the straw bale. But I'm thinking here, where the bees are, I could put another shed in because there's a bit of grass here, which is sort of a bit of wasted. Put an auto load shed in there and it looks pretty similar to the new shed I've just had where the chicken coop is. This is what it looks like. Now, yes, it says not enough money. They are expensive. It is 79 grand. But it holds, well, a really random number of 3,564,000. But you can get different ones. So you can get this one, which, again, they look the same. But this just holds straw and hay. This one holds straw, hay, and silage. Or this holds straw, hay, silage, and grass. Now, they're the same price. So would we just go straight for the lot? In case we ever need grass bales, at least we know we can put them in here. If we go for that one, it just depends whether if you could, if we need grass, suddenly it's not going to take them. And because they're all the same price, I think we might as well. Now, you can change the colour, which is quite cool, of the actual shed around, depending on what you want to go for. That's quite cool. But I'm thinking this area here, now it's going a bit funky at the minute because obviously the beehive's there. It's like it wants to try and ride it. But I'm thinking in there would be quite nice. And you just drive up to it and the bales will go in and then they spawn out to the front of the shed. We could just spawn them out, come pick them up with our front loader and go and distribute them around to wherever needs them. Now, you can get them out as square bales, round bales. You can put in square, round. You can also put in loose and it will convert them into bales. So then you can get out bales. And that's quite a nifty little thing as well, that you could go and do that. So we could, instead of doing all the baling like we're doing now, we could just go around with a forage wagon, pick it all up loose, put it into the auto load shed and have it give me bales out. Very handy. I really do think that is a good way to go. Yes, it does mean a bit more money from the bank. But let's sell the honey first and see how much we're going to get from that. So this is the little setup then to get the honey. So let's jump in. Does look weird on a tractor, doesn't it? Let's go and take this then. We'll get back to the yard and we'll get all the honey pallets in. Now, it's not the quickest process in the world because the honey spawn area is 2 little pallets. Like, that's it. So the pallets are so small. I think they're 400 litres a pallet. So you can imagine if you got to load them on a trailer yourself. Oh, you'd be there forever. That's why this is the best and the quickest way. So we'll get these loaded on. We'll go sell them, which I think is going to be the container. I think that's the only place that buys the honey. And really, this is all we need this for. Now, it would be good. Obviously, it would take any pallet. It isn't just honey. Any pallets you want to put on there. Wool. I really can't think of any pallets off the top of my head. Wool. What else can we put on there? Basically, any pallets you can do in-game that you make. All the like oils and cereals and stuff can all go on here as well. I'll try and get this around here. It does look weird on a tractor, doesn't it? But it works perfectly fine. It's got enough power. Oh, through the trees. So we'll open her up. And if we spin around this way, we should, as long as we get close enough, just zoom in a bit so we can see. That should now, if we go and put it into turn on auto load. It's always a good button, that is. Turn on auto load. We'll turn the tractor off so it's not too noisy. Because the spawn area is there, I'm hoping when we spawn these now, we've got 13,500 litres. 35 pallets. Can you imagine? Wow, if we go just for what? Yeah, it's 400 litres a pallet. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do 2. You see what I mean about how it changes them into its own, like, lizard goods pallets. So that's sort of a different way of getting around the auto load. It's a different style of auto load. The trailer converts it into its own pallets, which must be a whole different way of auto loading. Normally, the pallets would just jump straight on. But that's the universal auto load mod, which I found seems to be causing a few issues with some trailers. So I'm going to go through because I can only spawn 2 pallets at a time. So I'm going to need to do 2, wait for it to load, and just keep rinsing and repeating until the honey's all empty. Nice looking trailer that is. Look at that. Look, it's nice. Getting full, that is. So, even though there's not like much on here, it's taking up quite a bit of the trailer because there's just so many pallets of honey. I just wish the pallets were maybe 1,000 liters each rather than 400. It would just make it so much better. So, let's take this over to the container. We'll get them sold. We'll see how much money we make. If we go and drive over here now, we should see the pallets all start going. Fingers crossed. Should all start to like go out. Yep, there we go. They're starting to drop. You know, it's slow, so you won't see much. You'll start from the back because it's unloads the same way, opposite way to the way it loaded. So it loaded from the front to back. It's now loading from the back to front. So we can just see the money going up. Let's see what we're going to get. Now we're nearly done, so we might as well just wait. Nice amount anyway. Money's quite a good amount of money. 1,000 liters left. Done. What's that? Can we see? 40,656. Not bad. So we can drop these off here. And we can drop the... oh, we just grabbed the trailer again. We need to drop them. Move the dolly away a bit. Drop the dolly as well. So we can go and return them now because we don't need them anymore. So we can send them back. Look at that. All good. So they've gone back. So now we can go and sell the honey production. And we can move that somewhere else. So I don't know how much we're going to get back for the honey production. Actually, not much. And then we won't need to take out a massive amount of money from the bank to be able to put in the bale storage. So let's go and have a look and see how much we can sell this for. So we're going to construction. We go across to landscaping and demolish. Now it says there's 17 liters of bees in here. So we're going to get £52 for the bees. So how much are we going to get for the rest of it? 19,000. That's not bad. 19,000 for that. So we'll be able to put another one of them down. We're just going to find a better home for it. This was a good spot, but I do think going for this storage is good. So we're going to silos and have a look. There is a few we can go for. There is this one, which we sort of have seen that FarmSim bought out. Quite a big one. It's cheaper. Not sure how much it will hold in it, but I just think these look quite good. These ones. So I am going to go for the full lot. So I'm going to go for the straw, hay, silage, and grass, just in case. And let's just have a quick look around. Oh, we're literally going through everything here now. We don't need to go too far back. I think we just sort of fit it in here somewhere. Now it's saying not enough money now because of the landscaping, because I was going through trees and everything. So I think we just sort of go somewhere here. We just need to see. Can we go for like a dark red or something? Can we go for dark red? Yeah, that sort of blends in with the rest of the buildings, doesn't it? So I think if we go somewhere like that, everything comes out the front, so we don't need to worry too much. Level with that other building there. We've got the money now without actually taking any money out from the bank. It is going to leave us very short. So let's go and plonk that there. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Now the beauty with this, like you can't do with the other shed, the one that the FarmSim bought out for us, you can actually go in. That one, you can't actually enter the building. Here, you can actually use it. You can still park tractors in here. You can use it as a normal like shed. So if you don't want to put any bales in for now, you can just store your tractors in here as normal. And it's got lights as well. So it treats it as a normal shed. So you can actually put bales in. You don't have to put them in here. You can just put them in here normally. That's pretty cool, that is. So let's just give it a go and see what happens then. I'm gonna have me Weetabix. I'm gonna grab this lonely straw bale because we kind of stumbled across this by accident. Before I go put me nice hay bales in, I want to see if this is going to work and what it does. So do we just drop? Do we just drop it? It's a good start, that is. Let me look into this. So I found the issue. This is a mistake on my point, you see. And normally I always go and put these little markers on to give me a bit of a guide. But I saw in the description it said everything's sort of done on the front. So I thought, oh, just drop it at the front. I saw the yellow little box here. But it turns out, as you can see, that's where they come out. So I'm like, oh, well, there's a spanner. That means we can go into it to be able to pick what we want. It's got to be something else. Yeah, there is. Through the hedge. It's there. What an idiot. I've got no chance of being able to... Well, I mean, I can. Do we leave it and actually... Oh, I don't want to have to go through the hedge and stuff. What a plonker. I should have really put them on before I dropped that. Do you know what? I mean, even still... That kind of changes everything now, doesn't it? Because... It's there. It's going to be tight to get through no matter what. Even if I move it forward, we still got to try and squeeze down the side to get the bales in. Oh, well, this has kind of changed things a little bit. So I fixed the issue. The easiest way was to spin it around a little bit, and still got enough room to be able to get into that shed. And obviously we don't need to get at the back, or we don't need to get at this side. So at the front is where we can pick things up. We've got the little spanny here to be able to get into the production. And then we've got this here where we actually need to put all our bales. Now, there is no collisions on the hedges, so we can drive through them. I can't get rid of the hedge. Obviously, this is someone else's land. But I can't get rid of the hedges. I think you would need to literally go into the editors to be able to edit them out. I did try and paint them out. But it's again, not an issue. We've got enough room to be able to get in here now and actually put them up here. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. And if we just go and grab my Weetabix again, I'll just show you with the straw bale. Basically, what it does is it makes its own bales inside. So if we just go around to here, go around to the outside here and just drop it there, it will disappear. And then it literally, as you can see, it's starting to make like square bales in here. So they expand upwards and then obviously move forward and so on. So I'm guessing it's sort of like straw down one side. You'll obviously have hay, silage and grass. So yeah, and then all we do is just go up to this. Pick your bales, and you can, like I said, you can pick big round bales. 11,000 litre round bales is what we just put in, or you can even go for some big square ones. So if you want to go for a big square one, you just click yes, 1 bale or 2 bales. Let's go for 2 bales. There you go. And you just come along then with your telehandler or whatever, and you can see it's disappeared from in there. So cool. And you just grab them, take them over to the cows, pigs, anywhere you need to do them, really. So we've not gained anything there. I know I've got... You're probably thinking, hang on a minute, you put in 1 bale and you've got 2 out. Well, it still works out, if you look at the 2, 11,000 litres. So we've not gained anything. It's just... There was only a little bit in that one. And then this one, 9,000 litres. So we'll drop it back in. We'll store them in there. This is pretty cool. I like this. Right, let's go try the hay bales. So if anything, we should be able to just sort of grab the trailer, drive around the side. Now, I don't think it would take him straight away. Well, let's zoom in a little bit because the tree, I'm not sure. I don't think it would take him straight like this. I think we have to go and press, like, unload. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So we should be able to do them on the trailer. If we just press unload and unload again, it should go from here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we can technically drive right round and come back through this way. It's probably not what we should be doing, but we can do. Let's just jump out, go and have a quick look in here. That looks pretty cool. So I'm guessing straw is going to go down this side here, hay here, and then grass, silage. That's pretty cool how they just sort of start, like, bales start coming out of the ground. And they're going to work up to the top. And like I said, we've got lights as well. That is a very, very handy autoload bale trailer. Bale storage. And the fact that you can actually walk in it and you can store things in here manually. I did wonder if that was the trigger to take him in. I did wonder, how can you get across there without it suddenly getting drawn in and that's it, you've lost it. But because it's round the side, you can just drive things in and store them in here as a normal manual storage. So basically, we've got the best of both. If I think, you know what, I'm getting bored of autoload, well, just drive them in here manually. Turn the lights on. Yes, I'm liking it. Well, since we are nearly approaching 4:45 in the evening in game, I think that's a good place to leave this. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next episode.